Pete Lender, a young boy, sets up traps throughout his home, explaining to his mother, Victoria, that the small household items, believed to have been misplaced, have actually been stolen. At the offices of their lawyer, Ocious P. Potter informs Joe and Victoria Lender that Victoria's late aunt Mary Alabaster did not leave a will with regards to the house they currently live in. Because the Lenders don't have evidence that the house rightfully belongs to them, Potter tells them that they will have to vacate the house and that he has made plans to demolish their house and build condominiums. Pod Clock and his two kids, Arrietty and Peagreen, make their way through the kitchen in search of a battery to borrow and bring back to his wife, Homily. Arrietty tricks Peagreen into helping her get some ice cream from the freezer but ends up treating only herself to some. She ends up getting trapped inside the freezer. Pod comes to the rescue just as the Lenders return home. Pod manages to rescue her via the ice dispenser, but is forced to leave one of his gadgets behind. Pod and Arrietty return home and Homily is happy to see them. Pod is upset with Arrietty and informs her that she is no longer allowed to go borrowing anymore. Later, Arrietty sneaks out alone. While out, she is discovered and caught by Pete. Arrietty expects Pete to squish her, but he tells her he won't. Pete explains that the house is being demolished as they do not have a will that allows them to stay. Pod refuses to get Pete's help after Arrietty warns her family about the demolition. Pod reluctantly agrees and Pete smuggles the clocks onto the Lenders' moving truck to join them at their new home. Pod warns Pete that if anything happens to his family, he will be held responsible. Pete agrees and returns one of Pod's gadgets to him, earning his trust. As the truck pulls away, Arrietty and Peagreen accidentally fall out of the truck. Pete tries to get his parents to stop but they continue to the new house. Arrietty and Peagreen go back to the old home and plan to travel to the new house all by themselves. While there, Potter arrives at the house, revealing that he lied to the Lenders. Victoria's aunt, Mrs. Alabaster, hid the will in the wall of the house and trusted that Potter would tell the Lenders when the time came. He finds the will in a hidden safe and prepares to burn it, but Arrietty and Peagreen flee with the document. At the new house, Pete finds that Arrietty and Peagreen fell out at the old house, and Pod tells Pete that he's in charge of the rescue mission. So they head off to the old house using Pete's bike. Potter tracks down Arrietty and Peagreen in the clock's home beneath the floorboards, and tries to get the will back. After failing to retrieve it, Potter summons Exterminator Jeff to eliminate the borrowers. During the process of extermination, Potter interrupts Jeff and accidentally gets sprayed with caustic foam. Next they use the hammer to chase down the borrowers through the walls, managing to snag Peagreen out the wall and onto a light bulb. Jeff turned the light on to get Peagreen to drop but Arrietty manages to save him and Potter gets electrocuted. A police officer Oliver Steady responds to the disturbance, but Potter manages to throw off his suspicions while Arrietty and Peagreen escape with the will. At the old house, Pod discovers that Arrietty and Peagreen are on their way to the new house and Pete finds Potter's lighter. While on their way to the new house, Peagreen accidentally stumbles and falls and finds himself trapped inside an empty milk bottle. Before Potter could grab the bottle, they are interrupted by the policeman from earlier. The bottle containing Peagreen gets collected by the milkman and taken to the dairy. Potter, Jeff, and Jeff's bloodhound, Smelly, pursue the milkman. Pete spots Potter and Jeff and decides to follow them. Arrietty is approached by a borrower named Spud Spiller, who lives in the outside world. Spud helps Arrietty get to the dairy using the Spiller Express. At the dairy, Spud and Arrietty try to rescue Peagreen but fail. Potter tries to get to the two borrowers, but ends up covered in cheese. Pete can't get into the dairy so Pod and Homily make inside and manage to rescue Peagreen from drowning in milk. Potter captures the borrowers and leaves them to drown in liquid cheese. Spiller taunts Potter, who drops him in a machine, seemingly killing him, and departs with the will. Pete saves the clocks. Jeff, realizing Potter's scheme, has a change of heart and drives Pete to City Hall to stop Potter from arranging the house's demolition. In retaliation for Potter's rudeness, the City Hall clerk gives him confusing directions. Eventually reaching the demolitions office, Potter is confronted by Jeff and Pete, but then pushes them out of the way. He then enters the office, only to find himself tricked and locked in a supply room. The clocks tie him up with electrical tape, but he breaks free and recaptures them. Before Potter can vacuum up the family, Spiller arrives with an army of borrowers who subdue him, and Pod delivers a warning to Potter on behalf of all borrowers. They disappear as Pete and Jeff arrive with Officer Steady. Pete shows Steady the will, proving Potter's plan to cheat the lenders out of their house, and Potter is promptly arrested. The lenders move back into their home, as do the Clocks, now with food and assistance from Pete. As the Clocks enjoy the company of their old borrower friends, Arrietty and Spiller sneak away to ride his Spiller Express.